Hello and welcome to my video. This is a pretty special video here because, well, it took me a long time to make these right here. And what this is these are images of our planet, but I've flattened them out so that you can see beyond the horizon. Usually I do globe shots and you get half the planet and it's distorted around the edges because it's bending. So what I've done is I've taken features and I've flattened them out, which is not easy to do. There's no way to do this perfect, but it's 1,000 times better than a single images of half the planet because of the curvature. It distorts everything. And even though there's no way to make it perfectly flat, like, it's still a good tool. It's a better tool than using globe shots, and it's pretty interesting how things play out when I start aligning some alignments here. Now, you know that this is a spillover. I've gone over that. And let's see here. Let's rotate this. I'm going to show you something amazing. It's going to blow your mind at the end of this. Okay, so you can see the similarities right here. This comes to a point kind of, and you got this stuff here. See how it fits in there? If you can't, oh, you will eventually. You can just tell that they're related. And let's see here. I got to do this just right. Well, first of all, I'll just simply line up the Himalaya mountains right here with that feature because they're related. And you can see the overspill spilling down, and you got this arm and all that. Now, when I bring this back up into here, you can see the similarities below. You can see this piece missing off of here, right? And you can see this arm coming out. Like that. These are all different moments. When I move it, it changes the timing of when things happen. So you're seeing, okay, let me see if I can get this correct so that you can see it. I can tell you that I knew this for years, but these two areas are related. See how they're the same shape when I put them together? It looks like I could even rotate this a little bit because I could tell there. See, I can tell that right here the angle's off just a hair. And that might make this more visible here. Okay, so first you got the arm coming down like this and filling this gap. And then when I move it down, I just got to check out a couple. See, okay, here we go. It just takes me to move it around, and then all of a sudden things magically make sense. You got that arm then lining up again with California, the basin, the California basin. These are all reoccurring images of one another, so they continually line up and again and again and again. And you can see here is Yellowstone Park lining up with these features right here. See? As a matter of fact, you can see the ripples right there matching up exactly with the ones above. As I line Yellowstone Park up with these features, you can see that what's causing the features on the west western side of North America right here is the same as, well, what's up here, you know, by China and all that. It's obvious. You can see Yellowstone Park again. We'll line up here again, because they're all reoccurring patterns of the same thing. They're just different moments in time. So you can see that the V shapes, and you can see the V shape here, and then you can tell that this is what gouged out the California basin, and it probably flips around and does it again. Right? So that's all related. Look, I've moved that up and it fits in it's going to do this over and over again, which solidifies what I'm telling you to be true. I mean, in the beginning when I first started this, I had people tell me that that my alignments don't line and that I'm crazy, basically. Well, here's the irony of the whole thing is that not only do they align, but they do it 100 times. So it can't be wrong. What I'm showing you can't be wrong. See, here we go with another alignment right here. See how it fits in there? You can see where this cuts into it. You can tell that they're related. It stops where this is cutting in. And then when I rotate this, you can see this is an image, a reoccurring image of this. This is the one that was sitting underneath it. Different moments of time as the planet's rotating. Watch. See the alignment? You can see that this is rotating out. See it now? So if you can't see that, just keep watching. I'm looking at this right here, by the way. Alright, I don't know why I get so stressed out when I do this. You can tell this rotation right here is fitting right into Alaska. See the fit right there? These fit hundreds and hundreds of times over. These alignments can't be debunked. It's impossible to prove that what I'm claiming is wrong. It's impossible because my evidence is hundreds of times strong. And it almost feels like this is by design. Because how else could I win a debate over a planet's creation than like this? Look at the alignment. And when I look at the alignment here, and then here, okay. I gotta relax. This is almost too much for me to handle. But this is fun though. And you actually, to be honest with you, you're only getting half the alignments, because if I flip this around, it'll line again, because this is rotating. It's a vortex and it's rotating, and this is the consequence of that. Okay, so let's continue down, because you're going to see that each one of these is a different moment of time of that overspill. Alright, so it's amazing. It's just amazing, guys. Okay, so here's the next one. You see the Himalayan mountains fitting right into here. You can tell that these features right here resemble this overspill. because the markings will line up. And you might, if you're like looking in other areas that I'm looking, you might even notice other things that I'm not even mentioning, because this is true. I mean, what I'm showing you is a real thing. So I'm going to just simply look where I think it. You see, when I pull it away, it even looks like it. You can see that this is overspilling and pooling over whatever is making the overspill. And that's how I got so lucky with this evidence, is because what created the planet coated itself with the material that was sucking up. It could. I'm going to claim that this is off of Saturn. And the reason I claim this is off of Saturn is not because it just picked it out of the blue. Because of the electric universe theory, I know that Saturn shares the same axial tilt as Earth and Mars, and that means that they're related. They do not share the axial tilt of the Sun, and this says well, this could say, and most likely means, that our solar system was captured by the current Sun. And that's the reason why we don't. Planets usually share the same axial tilt as their primordial sun, the sun that created it. And Saturn's a gas giant. And most likely it's a brown dwarf star when it's not captured by the current sun's heliosphere. And that makes sense. But anyways, so that's just a little side note. And you can see it overspilling, and you can see features resembling one another again, just like it did in North America. You can even see that it shares the same shape as South America, all the way down to the horn here, the very bottom. This is where things get really interesting, because now we're on opposite sides of the planet. Let me move these really quick. Now we're getting down to Antarctica. And this is where things really start to get interesting. You've never seen anything like this before. I guarantee that. And you would think this would be important. But look at the match right here, okay? You can see it's filling in gaps that are missing on Antarctica. When I bring this in, and rotate this, and you see this, what looks like a wing and rotation right here, a peninsula off of Antarctica. When I rotate this, you can see that overspill starts to resemble that. You see it? It needs to be rotated a little bit more, I think. As the underlying feature. Here's the overspill, right? Well, here's where things get really interesting. You'll notice that here you got this feature, which is a ridge. You can see that these features are lining up with the ridge, like that. Perfect. It's impossible for this to be a coincidence. I'll bet everything I own on that. And you can see it fulfilling. You can see, okay, at the bottom here where this is obviously a vortex, you can see that there's another ridge, barely see it, swooping back and forth like this, right? You see this arch, and it makes me think that this is moving back and forth in a circular manner. But because it's two-dimensional and it's a three-dimensional process, it looks like this. But the alignments don't lie. You can't fake an alignment like that. It's exactly what it is. You see? This is a vortex, and you're looking at the image of what created our planet. It's so simple. It can't be refuted. And then you can tell that this is rotating because watch it fit again when I rotate it. It went from here, okay. And here, you can see the vortex fitting. It's making the images. This vortex is what's spinning underneath the matter that's spilling right here. You can barely see it underneath. You see it now? Here's the vortex. The matter is spilling over and coating it. And that's what you're seeing as the features on our planet. We're living on the images of the planet's creation. It's that simple, or none of this would line up. It'd be a miracle for just this to line up once. But you can see I can line it up hundreds of times. I mean, and I literally mean hundreds of times. If I really was to really go through every alignment, it would be in the hundreds. And this is so complicated. Look, this is such a complicated image that it's impossible for this not to be related. It's scientifically impossible. It's mathematically impossible. And it's impossible to debunk. And I don't say that to be obnoxious. I'm saying that because it's the truth. And anybody is welcome to test it. Look at the alignment. Now, will they? I mean, does science want to know the truth, or does it want to keep following the wrong path? Watch how long it takes for them to even acknowledge this. We got to stop following authoritative figures because they can lead us the wrong way, and they have. Because how could I match this up if I'm not right? Look how it fits right into that feature right here. You can see that, and I know already that these mountain peaks right here, these volcanic peaks that are all in a ridge like that line, is going to match up with these ridges here. Okay, I wanted to show you one last thing that's really, well, amazing and important. But as you can see, I've got images here of that vortex near Antarctica. And I have this feature with the volcanic little mountains here, I guess, that are in a row. And right out the gate, before I even align them, you can tell that there are similarities right out the gate. So let me just go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. I mentioned that these islands would line up with the ridges on this vortex. And okay, so let's take another look. You can tell that they're lining up. And there's more. When I bring this in, that's too dim. Oh, shit. When I bring this in, oh, you can see that it lines up right here too, right here. When I bring this in, you can see Madagascar right here. And you can see it matching into the features right here. And when I bring it in further, you can see it matching the features in here. I just have to rotate it. It's actually really good when you really pay attention right here. You can see it even matching these little but there's more, of course. It seems as if it matches all the way down, like it's spinning. It's probably gonna flip around and match again. But hold on, there's so much more. I don't know if I'll get to everything. I'm so tired right now, by the way. Let me pull this out and show you something else. With the same image. You can see as I bring this in, the alignments here and here and here. Let me back it up again though. And you can see the alignments over here and up here. See it? See how it keeps matching in? Even when I move it. See how it matches there? The overspill, the twisting, the turbulence, rematching here and here and down here and anywhere I want it to, basically. Here, here, I see how this lines up with the marks too as it moves. And here and here. It's because the planet came from Antarctica. Because this is from Antarctica, remember? And it's a vortex. Okay, I'm sorry guys, but that's it for right now because I'm just too exhausted to show you guys more, but there's a ton more. And I'm going to show you in my next video why I left Africa out of this one. And it's amazing. And to the subscribers that I have that have been here like from almost day one, thank you guys so much because nobody else ever believed me. And you can tell by this video that I am on the right track. And soon I will be coming out with a video that just blows this out of the water. I'd like to even hire somebody that can knows about making videos that could help me make a really good one on this. And to my trolls,
Who's your daddy?